I meant to bring this up last week. The movie stuff that I just kind of like brushed past. So I thought I'd mention it a little bit, especially since there's been more stuff added to it this week, which is that Henry Cavill left Witcher, and it was only speculation, but part of the speculation was that he left Witcher because he believed he was getting more Superman projects again. Other stories are saying that he wasn't happy with how they were adapting the books because he's actually a big fan of the books and had problems with what they were doing creatively. But regardless, it seemed like he was coming back based on a cameo and sort of like some teases. And now, because James Gunn and his partner are in this new role where they're, shepherding the entire thing, they've basically decided, outside of Matt Reeves' Batman and the weird Joker musical that's happening that are separate, the entire DC universe is being reset and they are starting fresh, which I think is the right choice.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny though to like find this out, because it's like, wait, you've got like 3 or 4 movies still coming out that are part of this current universe, which makes them all feel like just instantly skippable.
Where does this put like his stuff though? Like the Gun Suicide Squad and Peacemaker?
They're probably not in it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
okay.
I think his Suicide Squad definitely is. I think Peacemaker just gets to be its own little weird offshoot on HBO Max. And to be honest, given how HBO Max is cancelling stuff left and right, I don't think it's going to be existing past.
I should probably finish that before they decide to take it away.
That's the other thing. Yeah, they're taking stuff away from the service. So yeah, it's kind of wild. I do think it's the right choice, but part of that was that they basically told Henry Cavill, sorry, but we're going to go with completely new cast and new people in all the roles. And James Gunn's actually writing a Superman movie. Is the story right now?
And his words to Henry Cavill was that they want to focus on a younger Clark, but it's not an origin, right? So and Cavill kind of said without saying that Cavill's kind of too old for what version of Clark they want to play with, which bums me out because I feel like Cavill never got to shine as Superman because he had it almost. Like there were moments where he had to, but because of the creative decisions that were made by a person that will remain nameless, we never got to feel like, for me as a Superman fan, he never got to feel like Superman up there on the screen. Kind of came close in some Justice League, the theatrical cut. There was a little bit here and there, but yeah, it's a bummer all around, and I feel bad for Henry because he seemed to like being Superman. I just wish they had let him be actual Superman.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but fundamentally, I think that if they want to have a shared universe of some kind, and they've got Gunn actually trying to like make it coherent and make it all work together, then I don't think you can keep any elements of the prior films. And that the other bit of news from last week as well was the fact that Wonder Woman 3 has also been completely cancelled. And like I know Patty Jenkins put a statement sort of contradicting not anything, like the important details weren't being contradicted, like it's not happening, but more just like the circumstances of which like she was let go or she decided to leave, whatever it might have been. Honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter.
It was kind of a mercy because I saw 84.
Yeah, 84 was so bad and downright problematic in parts that frankly I'm not that fussed that we're not getting more of that Wonder Woman either. But yeah, it's kind of funny, like I wasn't excited for any of these movies coming out anyway, but you look at Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, and this Flash movie, which may see the light of day someday. Like it all just feels pointless. I mean, a story came out this week that they cut cameos from both Wonder Woman and Superman from the Flash movie, which is like, okay, but it's not like anything else and it's going to carry over either, so why did you need to?
So what about that Blue Beetle? So I saw a poster for Blue Beetle.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. That's the fourth one. Yeah, Blue Beetle's apparently still coming out.
Yeah. So yeah, Shazam. I mean, it'll be fine. I like the first Shazam. I'll go see the second one, but I don't know if I can be, plus to go see Aquaman, because I remember on the review, if it's still up, you can watch me be like way too positive about that movie, And anytime I've had a chance to rewatch it, I've passed, just because I'm like, it's whatever. So, but Shazam is one that I do enjoy that first movie for the most part. So, and I got a trailer for the second one again last night at the theater at the movies. Looks like it could be good, but yeah, man, DC's kind of a mess right now across all fronts.
I mean, for
except for comics.
For me, they all felt pointless anyway at this point, because everything feels so. Everything felt so hit and miss, and like so many parts were missing, and they already were left or done, and the fan base was all over the place because some people want a fresh start, some people want Snyder's universe to continue for some reason. Like, this news just kind of solidifies again. It is already done, and we're just kind of like waiting out this zombie phase where these last projects that were already made can come out and just like, you know. Honestly, I am shocked Blue Beetle's coming out, because it's the same size as Batgirl, but for some reason, Batgirl get canned and Blue Beetle gets to, because Blue Beetle was also meant to be HBO Max and now it's going to be theatrical. So why that gets that treatment, I don't know.
I wonder if the thing with Batgirl is maybe they will do a different version of Batgirl, and maybe they want to save that. They don't want to have competing, because I can see Batgirl as a character.
No, absolutely not, because all the decisions being made now by James Gunn and that, they weren't there when Batgirl got canned. So the decision to can Batgirl has nothing to do with what anything is going to happen. Apparently, James Gunn and co are presenting their plans to Warner at the start of the year. That's apparently something that's happening. So anything that's about to happen because of that, assuming that they like the plans and they keep them on in the jobs and all that stuff,
has nothing to do with what they've done before.
Has nothing to do with any decisions they've made up until this point.
Man. So no, I can see James Gunn doing a Batgirl story, pretty effectively. So maybe we'll still get that. I don't know. It's a mess right now, man. And there's people out there that are excited for stuff, and I get it, but like, I feel like they were more like disappointed that we're not getting that Kevin Conroy cameo that I guess that was apparently shot for one of these movies. I think it was Flash or something. Maybe it was Michael Keaton. I'm not sure. Something got canned, and people are real upset about it. But like, that sucks. But at the same time, a fresh start, I think, is needed. And try, I hope they don't try to do the whole massive big shared universe thing, and just kind of let some of them, like Matt Reeves' Batman, kind of just breathe, and let them tell the stories they want to tell without feeling the need to wrap into something.
Well, no, I mean, they've already said that there's going to be a shared universe. It's just that Batman's staying separate. But this version of Batman staying separate, I should say.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, whereas like Suicide Squad felt like it was part of a shared universe, but I didn't feel like it was, building to anything else, right? So like, that Harley felt vaguely familiar to the Harley that we had before. And that just, like, I don't want them chasing the Marvel thing, because that took 20 years to and now we're kind of feeling the stress from that right now, where everything just feels like the next piece.
It's not even just 20 years though. I mean, what's the problem though? Is they don't feel like the next piece. It would be better if it felt like the next piece of the whole puzzle. Right now, it just feels like repetitive and aimless and just kind of hollow.
Well, what I mean by the next piece is like, we have to have something out. So it's just the next one, not that it's the next in the story. Because I still have no idea, and I've had arguments with a good friend about this, but he reads way into everything. He's like, oh, well, with phase 1, we didn't know where it was going. I was like, yes, we did. We knew it was building to Avengers, right? Like, with everything that's going on right now, I have no idea where any of this stuff stands. And I just want to sit and enjoy a Superman movie, just let Superman be Superman. That's all I care about right now. And I trust James Gunn in that, because he made us fall in love with a character named Peter Quill, which was 2 synonyms for what. I just let the man cook, and let's see what he's got. And then I'm just going to ignore most of everything else that comes out until that comes out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just kind of sick of superhero movies for the most part right now, to be honest, but it would be nice to be excited for a couple of them if they do announce something fun. And even if they do announce something good, they're going to have to announce killer creative people behind it to get me to like move the needle at all.
Let's just play hypothetical real quick. What's a director's name that would get you excited for Superman, written by James Gunn? Let's say James Gunn's too busy to direct because he's writing and he's overseeing. Who do you get to direct?
I don't think I'd want
that would
James.
Make you excited.
I don't think I'd want James Gunn to do a Superman movie anyway. I don't think he's ready for it.
Okay.
My first answer is Brad Bird, but
okay, I see that. I'm still in the Matthew Vaughn camp. I'd like to see what he does, with a bit of restraint. Because I did love X-Men First Class, and I do like Kingsman, so I want to see what he would do with someone like Superman, you know. But yeah, I don't know who else, you know. I don't know, and no other directors are really popping to mind.
It's an uphill battle because I feel like right now there's a general apathy, and because they've went through the failure of the Snyderverse, and like 10 years ago there was a thirst for a DC universe. I think right now comic book universes, there is an anti-thirst, there is a desire for something different. So I think whatever does happen, like it's going to have to actually win people over with quality rather than just existing. Because I think if you go back and watch Marvel Phase 1, it's not that good. Like it's it felt good at the time because it was giving attention to characters that wouldn't have had attention before, and because of that you sort of felt some sort of sense of respect for it. But it's not actually that good. Like I tried to go back and watch Thor a couple of years ago, the first one, and I was bored to tears.
I'm the wrong person to ask because I do like that movie, but it's like Thor, so I think it's a fun fish out of water. But I get what you're saying because they are different, they feel different, they feel of a time, and we were just happy to have good ones, right? So competently made superhero movies, because up to that point I can't even tell you what the most competently made one was, if it was Spider-Man, so. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. I mean, I get more excited over certain properties than just all of Marvel, and I still love to take shots at Eternals, because that feels like it has had zero impact on the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, and I picked on Thor there for the record because at the time I thought Thor was the best Phase 1 movie before the Avengers, and now I think it's boring to watch. Like I can't get through it. First Captain America was always bad. Don't at me. Nah,
that's where we fight.
Yeah, it's always bad. Always bad. So yeah, I don't have much more to say. Honestly, the movie stuff, it's so weird because I'm still excited for the comics, but I think it's just something to do with like when the comics are doing well, it's because they're doing well at being comics, and the movies are weird because they're adaptations of the comic material, and it's really depressing when you get an Aquaman movie and it's sucked dry of any of the actual character that's in the comic books and any of the atmosphere that's in the comic books, and instead you just get a cool bro movie with a surfer dude who's acting like himself. I don't know. I just like it's disheartening. Disheartening. That's all I'm saying.